What's up, my butterfly team? Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I am so excited to drop this video tonight. I am actually outside sitting on my balcony, enjoying this beautiful, bright full moon. And I'm sitting here, preparing and grounding myself. It is exactly 10:48 at night, you guys. And I kid you not, it's two people cutting their grass. I'm so confused. Typically, you don't really hear people cutting their grass like this around this time of night. So, to each his own. I just found that kind of odd. But anyway, hopefully you guys can hear me okay. It's also pretty breezy out here. And yeah, I want to make sure I do my introduction before I forget. This is your girl Empress. Yes, and I do want to welcome you to Friday Essence channel. We're here to, ground each other and spend time together. I am here to just drop some knowledge, you guys. That's it, that's all. God bless me with the vision. God bless me with the words that needs to be said, maybe a story that I experienced or whatever the case may be. And I'm just here to spread that to the world, And yeah, I'm very grateful. While you're here, please like and subscribe to the video and the channel as well. And, stay up to date with more videos that come out. Excuse me if I sound a bit shaky, you guys. I I don't know. So let's get straight into it. Tonight's message is just specifically about the overall, you know, energy I felt in the atmosphere. I would say for the past month or so, specifically the last month, everything has just been quite hilarious to me. I'm someone who, when I'm experiencing, life things, I like to just laugh it off. I like to just, go with the blows, laugh it off, continue on my path, and, things like that. So I would say the month of March has been very, very hilarious. And, today's April 1st, so, we're going to make sure that we keep our month fully blessed and just, appreciate the new beginnings and new chapters. This is also, the Chinese New Year, the fresh start of spring, aka the new year. So, you know, Easter is coming up. So all of these things about just new beginnings and new seasons, So take that how it resonates in your life. But I don't know. Is it just me? I've been so sleepy. I really don't recall in the past around spring that I'm extremely tired. Like, I think last night, and we're not even going to talk about the sleep patterns. My sleep patterns have been completely off. I think, yeah, I'm sorry. It's this person blowing their yard at this time of night. That's when you know the full moon is out and you start hearing things that you typically, or just, what are you doing? Oh my God. And I came out here for quiet. That's why I didn't record a video during the day, because my neighborhood tends to have like heavy foot traffic, car traffic, you name it. So um, I know I don't hear birds chirping. What is going on? What? Where am I? What time is it for real? Goodness gracious. And then you hear sirens. Full moon shenanigans, okay? And it is bright. When I tell you it is bright. But let me get to the point, because I said I wanted to make this video only 15 minutes. But like I was saying, my sleep patterns have been completely off. Please let me know if I'm the only one. I've been feeling this this ongoing tiredness. Like I could literally sleep full 8 hours, wake up still tired. Um, and I would say everything has just been more so on flow. Trying to do things where there's like a scheduled task or something like that. That hasn't worked in weeks. Like I have to do things flow based. Um, so just surrounding myself with, I might have a list of tasks that needs to be completed. I might have a list of activities that needs to be done. They will be done, but it will not be on a scheduled time. I guess I can say the deeper I'm going into my spiritual journey, in breaking free from what the I would say the matrix, there is no sense of time. That's where the flow really comes into your life. And I realize how there's more ease. It makes me feel more feminine too. I'm sure for masculines and gentlemen out there, it might be a little bit more different. I know you guys really value structure, but for me, oh man, doing things with flow, I don't have any stress. I don't have any, there is no stress. And I know that everything is going to be done in a timely manner. So that's that. It leaves wiggle room for me to throw other things in there, more time for me. I went to get the massage. I mentioned in my other video that I was going to get me a massage, honey, and I sure did. I am still in pain, not in a bad way, but like the soreness after, because baby, she was walking all on my back. Miss Ma'am, she earned every tip she got because, honey, she was getting into that massage. And I'm just sitting there, just drooling. I'm not even going to hold you. I was drooling, y'all. I really needed that massage. It was a lot. Like I said, March was a lot. And, like they say, a lot of times your body holds on to emotional disruptions. And, your body holds on to a lot. So, not to get sidetracked, but that massage I felt led to do so, and I'm very glad I did, because immediately after, I think I sat in my car for maybe 20 to 30 minutes just boohoo crying. Everything was, not only did I have like a physical release, but it was also a spiritual release. And then on top of that, I'm with me in my conversations, you just got to keep up, okay? But the sleeping, so on top of my sleep pattern being how it is, I'm getting a lot of rest, but on top of that, it's like, life is still doing what it does. So going to get the massage was a physical release, an emotional release, me crying immediately after. It's just a season of release, and it happened so timely, I would say, because we got the full moon here today on April 1st. I think I got the massage on Monday, so that was like the 30th, the 31st, and as it's entering into the spring, when it's a season of change, or a season of transition, you have to leave the past where the past is, and however that could be physical, spiritual, emotional. So and I've been heavily in my prayers, like, especially with my sleep pattern being off, I would get up, I would go pray, or praying while I'm cleaning up, whatever the case may be. But just lots of cleansing, lots of renewing, and I give into what my body is screaming for. If my body is screaming for me to go to sleep, there's no ifs, ands, and buts. My life is just going to have to arrange around that. I respect my body, because at the end of the day, the beginning of the day, middle of the day, whatever, this is the vessel that's going to carry you for the rest of your life. So you need to respect it. The bills are going to be here anyway. All the life requirements are going to be here as they are anyway, but your body needs you. And you don't want to wait until you get, to a point where everything is catching up and biting you in the tail, because you were ignoring your body for so long, trying to do things that didn't even I'm not going to say didn't matter, but it wasn't really as a priority as your body should be. So, just to tie back to what I was saying with the sleep pattern, if you've been feeling tired yourself, you know, make arrangements to have that rest. You need it. Respect what your body is screaming for. If your body is screaming for chocolate, that's I said that because that's my go-to. I am a chocolate girl. Like, you can't stop me from eating chocolate. But I respect my body's decision to make that its comfort. Do I overindulge? All right, we're not going to talk about that, but, but it comes to a point where when I looked up the nutritional value of, chocolate, and I'm very, very particular about my chocolate. I'm not talking about a Snickers or some cheap crap or, stuff. I eat cacao, like the raw cacao nibs, or, I don't even like sugar in my chocolate, if I'm being quite honest with you. I like my chocolate dark, roasted, the cacao nibs. Cacao, like I take the cacao powder and make a hot chocolate, which I will attach that recipe in the future, because I have like a segment of conversations that I have specifically for my ladies out there, and the importance of cacao in our diet, especially as women. As we all know, as we age, we get, especially from having cycles and having different things, our body requires a lot of different nutrients. And once I went down the rabbit hole of chocolate, real genuine cacao, the main ingredient in chocolate, as women, we need that on a way deeper level. So it's a reason why our bodies actually crave for it as much as it do, especially around that time of the month. So I have a whole nother segment about that coming up for my ladies out there. And yeah, but that's it. I just came out here to yap, if I'm being quite honest. I like to have conversations as if we're having like a FaceTime call, or, just chit-chatting. A lot of times, I know along my spiritual journey, you don't have a lot of people to talk to when you're going in your spiritual journey, or you don't have people with like-mind, intentions. So you tend to be a bit isolated sometimes. So coming on platforms like this here on YouTube or TikTok or whatever, just to hear someone talk about something common with you is very soothing. So that's why I like to make my videos. Like, chit chat. You talking to sis here. You talking to daughter, whatever I fit into your life. These are like cute little chit chat talks, and I know that helped me a lot during my spiritual journey when I first started going through, cutting the people off, and having to make executive decisions to choose better for myself and stuff like that. It was very, very, isolating. So I did find a lot of times through, like-minded individuals, how comforting it was to, just listen to them and talk about their journey. Actually helped me stay afloat as well. So I hope that I'm being a great help, just yapping, because baby, I love to yap. So yeah, I hope I'm being a great help, and just chit-chatting. Drop down in the comments where you are, and have you been feeling the same, with the sleep pattern? Are you feeling super tired too? How are y'all doing? I know how I'm feeling, but check in with me. Let me know how y'all doing, and we'll create some more from that. I like to be very engaged with my listeners out here. I really want it to be like a community. I really want it to feel like a home. Like we sit on the couch, just chit chatting. You don't even hear about stuff like that anymore too much. The way people are changing, the world's changing. I like it old school. Just sit on the couch and y'all just yap, sip some tea or whatever your vice may be, and just, exchange some knowledge, exchange some wisdom. So, I really am open to hearing what you guys got to say. Trust me, I'll be going through the comments and reading through. You can also, I think you can email me. I'll probably drop that too. if you ever just want to ask some questions or whatever about your path and your journey. But that's it. I just want to wrap it up. I'm gonna go in the house now because I don't think I need to be outside. Somebody blowing their yard. The birds are chirping. It is almost midnight. I really don't know what's going on, and that's when it's my cue. Wrap it up. Wrap it up. But thank you for coming in. All right.